welcome you all to our Bet HaKnesset, Keilat Bet El. Girls, ladies, please. And for us, it's a happy occasion. It's a great zchut to partake in this great event of hopefully being able to put a shidduch for some of us, if not for all of you. Before I'm going to start, I'm going to make it short. I'm not going to make my Dvar Torah long. Girls, if you want, you can sit here so I can look at you. If you want. I would like to invite all the people, and especially those who live in this neighborhood, for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur services. We're going to have 2 minyanim Be'ezrat Hashem. It's going to be a minyan upstairs and a minyan down here for the younger people, in spirit too, not necessarily in age. So you're welcome to join us here. Every Shabbat we have minyanim here also. We have here minyan every day, but on Shabbat also we have a minyan for the young people, and you're all welcome to join us. It will be wonderful to see you here on, more often. So we're talking about marriage, and we're talking about Jewish marriage. And the place to go to is Parashat Bereshit, right in the beginning. In Parashat Bereshit, it starts like this. We have the psukim, the verses is Chaf Aleph, Chaf Bet, Chaf Gimel, Chaf Daled. And I'll read you the psukim quickly, and we'll try to see what we come up with this. So the first one, ויפל השם אלוקים תרדמה על האדם וישן ויקח אחת מצלעותיו ויסגור בשר תחתינה. הקדוש ברוך הוא took Adam, put him to sleep. Tardema. Tardema refers to something much deeper than sleep. And he took one of his ribs and he formed flesh around it. ויבן השם אלוקים את הצלע אשר לקח מן האדם לאישה ויביאנה אל האדם. And he took that rib which he took from men, and he brought her, created a woman out of it, and he brought her to Adam HaRishon. ויאמר האדם, and Adam said, זאת הפעם עצם מעצמי ובשר מבשרי. This time, she is a bone of my bone, she is a flesh of my flesh. לזאת יקרא אישה. This should be called a woman. כי מאיש לוקח הזאת, because she was taken from a man. Therefore, על כן יעזוב איש את אביו ואמו ודבק באשתו והיו לבשר אחד. For that, a man, ya'azov, it's almost a commandment, should leave his parents' house. And he should clinch to davak, means to lidbok, to attach. But dvekut is not only attachment, dvekut is also dedication, but more so attachment, and then they should become one flesh. They become one. In Masechet Kiddushin, they said, Darko shel ish lechazer achar ha'isha. The way is that the man courts after the woman. Lechazer, he goes after. He looks for her. Ve'en darka shel ha'isha lechazer al ha'ish. And it's not the way when a woman looks for the man. Why? Mashal le'adam she'avda lo aveda. It's like a person who had an item that he lost and he's looking for it. Rashi explains, what is the aveda? What is the item that he lost? His rib. He's looking for that. Don't eat too many chopped rib, pork, how do you call this? Chopped ribs or spare ribs, and you're going to get confused which rib is really yours. So, וכיוון שהאישה נקראת aveda, since the woman is called aveda, therefore we could learn from what it says in Masechet Sanhedrin, there are three things. שבאים לאדם בהיסח הדעת, that a person gets them without paying too much attention. They just happen to him. And they are akrav, a scorpion, metzia, something that he lost, vemashiach. And Mashiach. Without you knowing, you can prepare, all of a sudden, it's right there. It says in Masechet Kiddushin, Darko shel Adam lechazer al ha'ish, Mashal le'adam she'avda lo aveda. That's exactly what we said before. A person is looking and he's finding. So therefore, we need to understand that when a husband, that's more musar for the man, when he looks at his wife, he should say, this is the one. This is my lost item. That's the one. It is commended more on the man than on a woman to find this in him. As you find your lost item, so is the wife comes to the husband. You know, he courts after her and he's trying this one and he's trying the other one. And all of a sudden, that's the one. The one comes. But in order to do that, you need to make yourself accessible. You need to make yourself available for such thing to happen. He's not going to send you UPS. You need to go out there. And therefore it says in Yetzirat HaIsha, when we formed the wife, it says, Vayapel Elokim Tardema. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu put Adam HaRishon into deep sleep. Tardema is a great expression for Heseach Hadat Mikol. In other words, it's like he was sleeping. When you were asleep, there's no more Heseach Hadat, no greater Heseach Hadat than that. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu put him to sleep, and then he find her. Then he find Chava. And it says, and what it says right after that, Vayiven Hashem et hatzela la'isha. And he built that rib into what is so-called a woman. Hashem prepares the wife for the man. So we have to remember that. The shidduch that happens, mishamayim, it's from Shamayim. So what do we learn from this? That HaKadosh Baruch Hu put Adam HaRishon to sleep. We learn from that the taking of the rib from Adam, it's a message for generations. Because when you choose your mate, your soulmate, whether it's a man or a woman, it's a message for all of us, both men and women, is many times it's an obligation to give up on principles that you had, on predetermined notions that you had, different opinions that you have, and you have to have the willingness to accept the other, even though that sometimes he's different or she's different, giving up for the best of all, not being stubborn about it, not being set in your ways without willing to change. That's the worst quality, as far as I'm concerned, you can find in a mate. He's stubborn, or she's stubborn. It's never going to work. The worst quality, the willingness to give up. So is Adam HaRishon. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him, you know, you want a wife, not a problem. You have to give up something from you. שנאמר, שלח לחמך על פני המים, כי ברוב ימים תמצאנו. Send your bread on the water. One day you're going to find it. You have to give up something in order to receive something. Unfortunately, in today's day and age, the percentage of divorce are increasing in a concerning and an alarming rate. Why? Because the concept of dvekut, and by the way, the concept of dvekut does not apply only to marriage, also to relations of one person to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the attachment. That's why there's so many secular people nowadays. There are fewer people who actually believe in something, needless to say, believe in God. Because the sense of attachment we don't have. We lost it. This concept of dvekut, dedication or attachment, is completely foreign to the postmodern society. If marriage is like a business partnership, so there are many times in the partnership very personal and very selfish motives. It's not pure. And you can come up like this to marriage when you're selfish. And if you are completely selfish, your company is not going to last. So the more you view, and that's why I don't like the term, my partner. My partner, my wife is not my partner. She is my wife and I'm her husband. We're not partners because partnership could be broken. Today it doesn't work. You know what? I'm sorry, it doesn't work. A partnership doesn't work. You know, you go your way, I go my way. Goodbye and good luck. That's exactly what happens nowadays. In the Jewish concept, the Jewish point of view of marriage, we see the couple as Adam Echad, a one person. It's an entity. Until you're married, and especially according to the Kabbalah, you're not considered to be a full, I won't say human being, but a full entity. You're a partial entity. And you need to find the other one to merge, and v'ayu lebasar echad, and they became one flesh, they became one unit. And when this is difficult, you need to work on the midot. You need to work on your qualities. You need to work on yourself. Not on what you're going to tell the other person that he or she should work on. You know what, I think you should work on this a little bit. I don't really like the way you behave. No, you don't do that. You look at yourself in the mirror and you say, what do I have to work on? What do I have to change in order to make this work? You don't point your fingers at others. You look at yourself. So we said that the purpose of marriage in Jewish life is to elevate ourselves, to create a reality of one human which has two parts. V'davak b'ishto v'ayu lebasar echad. One human and two parts into it. A complete entity. So in a way, we have a stira, we have a contradiction between the stories of Bereshit and the beginning to create them as one, then he separated them, then he created them as two different entities. Why is that? Chazal tells us that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created Adam HaRishon, both Adam and Chava, as Siamese twins. They were connected through the back. Atzorech letikun, the need to fix, was the creation of Ezer Kenegdo. In other words, to create a situation in which men, the husband and wife, stand face to face, and they look each other in the eye, and they can only do so when they're separated, not when they're standing back to back. And only when they are separated, now they are commanded to attach themselves to each other. In other words, it was a remes for us to where we should strive to come, to where we should strive to arrive. So we are separate entities, and now we need to work hard to create again the original match of Adam and his wife, where they are one entity connected to each other, but this time face to face, not back to back. That's why we say under the chuppah, Yotzer ha'adam. He who forms men. Men, not men like male, female, man is a human. Yotzer ha'adam, because only under the chuppah, and at the moment of chuppah, there is a new entity that comes to the world. There's a new reality that comes of this new person. Until the moment of marriage, each and every one of the couples were just a chetzi, just a half. And when I say chetzi, I mean half, exactly half. There's no greater half and smaller half. It's exactly half, 50-50. And that's how you should approach your marriage, Be'ezat Hashem. 50-50, equal. Different jobs, but equal. And a person needs to understand that when a man looks at his wife, he says, without you, my wife, I'm only half an entity. And she should look at him the same way, and she should say, without you, my dear husband, I'm also half an entity. You need to understand that you need them together. And why did the first zivug of Adam HaRishon did not work? Because there was no choice. Now HaKadosh Baruch Hu created a choice, and now we should choose. So when we have an ability to choose, and we have alternatives, we make the right decisions. That's why we're here. And it's good to have a lot of people so you can choose. And it's not a wonder that in an individualism society, and sometimes a very egocentric society, when a person sees his merits based on his obligations, the institution of marriage is no more than an institution of partnership, just plain old good partnership. Because as soon as you realize that you don't come and you're not satisfied with the relationship, you break. According to Jewish concept of marriage, it's a new formation, vayu lebasar echad. If accidentally the right hand would affect or hurt the left hand, it will be impossible that the left hand would attack in retaliation the right hand. On the contrary, it will take care of it. In order to create true dedication and attachment, we all need to break free from our ego and not to see ourselves as the center of their relationship or the center of creation. But we should be able to see the one. We need to see that entity of a man and a woman together. So I wish on all of you, Hatzlacha Rabba. I wish on all of you that we all be zoche to be makim and establish a Bayit Ne'eman b'Yisrael. I wish all of you a Shana Tova. And please join us for the tefillot. We would love to see you. And I really, really, really hope to see you again more often in our shiurim, my daily shiurim. And I really, really hope that it's going to work out. And please don't forget to invite us all to your weddings, Be'ezrat Hashem, real soon.